This is a short demonstration video on how we use the WeCapture app to record the condition of the vehicle. So what we're going to do is we've opened up the app here, and you'll see we've got fields preloaded. The first one being registration number, the second one being rental agreement, customer email and notes. Richard being the owner of the app, or you might put the branch number in there, a branch location there is preloaded in the app. So what we'll do, we're going to do a demonstration series of photos. So we'll just start, we'll put in the registration number, rental agreement number we don't have, so we'll just put in a test one. Customer email, this is, as we've said before, this will send a copy or links to the photos to either a customer or someone other than the user. And notes, we may make a note about any damage or anything in particular about this vehicle that will travel with the photos. Okay, press take photos, comes up take photo now, and we're ready to go. And now I'll ask Richard to commentate as he takes his photos in the order that they should be.
Great, so what we're going to do is take a series of photos as a procedure, and doing them in the same sequence each time, so I'll explain that as we go. So usually we'll start with the front of the vehicle. So this is the vehicle, which is a pretty new car, so we're not expecting a lot of damage. So take the photo, and that we're assuming from this that all the panels on the vehicle are good on this front of the vehicle, but we have a look and see. So typically you'd bend your knees and have a look underneath and see if there's anything under there. In this case there's not, but I'll just take a photo anyway. And then we'll have a look around the front of the vehicle from a few angles. Just see, we might look at the condition of the glass. We may see some sort of a scratch or a crack on the glass, so might take another one. So if it was a crack there, I may point to it because they are hard to pick up. And then my next sequence would be the right hand side. So I'm moving back, I'm pulling the whole screen with the vehicle front to rear. And in the same process, I come in and I look for damage on the car with the client, and often the client will get involved and start to help you with that process. So I look down the side, I'm not seeing any damage here on the car at all, but assume there may be a scratch here, so pretend this is a scratch on the moulding. It's not in this case, but again I would move in closer and take a photo of the scratch, and I may point to it as well. Obviously in some situations it might be a black vehicle in the rain, and you've just got to be a bit more careful. I'd have a quick look at the roof. Van's really important. To get up and have a look at the roof. I can't standing on there. If I really wanted to, I'd take a snap of the roof and move around to the back of the vehicle. Again, there's no damage on this vehicle at the moment, so full of good rear shot. If there's stuff in the boot that they're hiring, I don't know what it would be, but for possessions that you want to take a photo of, then photograph of the inside. Might be chains or something on a ski area. Then onto the left hand side of the vehicle, same thing. Get the whole vehicle into the shot. Just watch out for where your sun's coming from. Typically on the left hand side you're probably going to pay even more attention to the alloys. Again, this is a new vehicle, so the alloys are okay, but you would photograph your alloy. You might look for guard liner damage, etc. On this vehicle there is a tiny little mark on the mirror. It's actually a polish off, but the client may be concerned about that, so I photographed that. And then that's the outside of the vehicle pretty much. A bit of a hot thing could be something inside the vehicle, again if they're hiring some equipment. But especially the fuel gauge, there could be debate over fuel level when they come back. So I'm coming into the car. In this case I've got to start it, and I'm going to photograph the fuel level, which at the moment is a little bit below 3/4, but of course they'll try and bring it back a little bit less than that, so you've got an exact read on the level. And then if there's things inside that are damaged, or things that you think you might have a fire extinguisher that might come back without, you'd photograph those sort of things as well. And that's as simple as it is. So I don't know how long that took, but it was probably about 2-3 minutes. And then when I'm finished, I push the finish button. That's the initial screen, and then I just push send. And that's running, in this case, through my data. It's finished. There's now a copy of it in history, and if I want to, I can go back to that, and I can look at the photos I've taken. If the vehicles come back, I can, if I like, take more photos of the same vehicle from that history without having to put that initial information. So if it's come back with damage, then it's as simple as going back out and photographing it if it's on the same device. And that is that.